Hello, dear students. Let us start with the new chapter, that is photosynthesis. And you know it well that photosynthesis is a main physiological process as far as the plant is concerned, because this is the process which is concerned with the synthesis of food by green plants, and which is a main source of food for all the living organisms, including plants, animals, means whole heterotrophs. Okay, so that's why photosynthesis is an important physiological process. Now let us understand the process of photosynthesis. What is the raw material used? It is CO2 and H2. What is the source of CO2? One is atmosphere, second is ocean. What is the source of H2O? That is this soil. Generally plants, they absorb water from soil. What is the main product? That is carbohydrates. And what is the byproduct of photosynthesis? The byproduct of photosynthesis is O2, is the byproduct of photosynthesis. What is must for the photosynthesis? One is chlorophyll pigment present in the leaves, and second is light energy coming from the sun. So these are the essential aspects of photosynthesis. Photosynthesis needs raw material in the form of CO2, H2O. It needs chlorophyll pigment. It needs solar energy. And it produces the carbohydrates as a main product and CO2 as a byproduct. So you can define photosynthesis as the process of synthesis of food in the form of carbohydrates using raw material like CO2 and H2O in presence of solar energy and chlorophyll pigment. The process is called as photosynthesis. The process la आपण काय म्हणतो? Photosynthesis. It is a quite simple definition of photosynthesis. We will repeat once again. Synthesis of carbohydrates or food using raw material like CO2 and H2 in presence of solar energy and chlorophyll pigments is called as photosynthesis. Okay. Now let us switch. It is very important process. Why? Because it is through this process the food is synthesized, which is a source of food for all heterotrophs. And secondly, the byproduct, that is oxygen, it is also important because it is a must for breathing. Generally, the heterotrophs, most of the living organisms inhale O2. So it is a life support system on the earth. Generally, the plants, they are referred as autotrophs or producers. Producers because they produce food. Autotrophs because they produce their own food using the solar energy. Since they can produce their food, they are called as autotrophs. While animals, they are called as heterotrophs because they cannot produce their food. They depend on others for their food, directly or indirectly. Therefore, they are heteros, means on others. Trophs means tropism. उदरभरणा करतात ते दुसऱ्यावरती अवलंबून असतात म्हणून त्यांना हेटेरोट्रॉप्स म्हणायचं. त्यांना ऑटोट्रॉप्स म्हणायचं. ऑटो म्हणजे स्वयं, ट्रॉपिझम म्हणजे उदरभरण किंवा पोषण. स्वतःचं पोषण स्वतः करतात म्हणून त्यांना म्हणायचं ऑटोट्रॉप्स. Now these autotrophs are of two types. One chemoautotrophs, another photoautotrophs. Autotrophs which produce food using the photos or light energy or solar energy. They are called as photoautotrophs. For example, all green plants, they prepare food using the solar energy. That's why called as photoautotrophs. Therefore, they are called as photoautotrophs. While chemoautotrophs are the organisms which prepare their own food using the chemical energy. They use the chemical energy and produce their own food. Therefore, they are called as chemoautotrophs. For example, sulfur bacteria and bacteria. They use the chemical energy which is released during the oxidation of food, and the same energy is used for the synthesis of food, therefore called as chemoautotrophs. The raw material used is CO2 and H2O. The source of CO2 is atmosphere, ocean is the source of CO2. water source is soil, and sunlight is a source of photos. Another source, the solar radiations, which is the important requirement of photosynthesis. Through water, hydrogen is released, which is used in the reduction of CO2 into carbohydrates, while CO2 is a main source of oxygen, carbon and oxygen during the formation of glucose. Okay, this is about the introduction of photosynthesis. Now, photosynthesis, many times overall reaction of photosynthesis is asked. A question is asked for 1 mark. Write the overall reaction of photosynthesis. Now, how you will write the overall reaction? That you have to keep into mind. 6 CO2 plus 12 H2O. On the arrow, you can write here light and chlorophyll. In presence of light and chlorophyll, because the reaction occurs. So raw material is 6 CO2, 12 H2O forms carbohydrates in the form of glucose C6H12O6 plus 6 O2 plus 6 H2O. सगळे multiplied by 6 है. फक्त H2O12 आणि glucose single molecule. So formation of a single molecule of glucose, 6 molecule of CO2, 12 molecule of H2O are required. And 6 molecule of O2 are released as a gas, as a byproduct, along with the formation of 6 molecules of H2O. Okay. Now, this is not a single step process, as you can see here in the overall reaction. It is a multi-step reaction. It is a complicated process. Mainly, it consists of 2 phases, as light-dependent phase and light-independent phase. The light-independent phase is also called as a light-dependent phase is also called as light phase, since it needs light, or photochemical phase, or light phase, or light reaction. असं त्याला म्हणतात. आणि याला डार्क फेज or biochemical phase असं सुद्धा म्हणतात, light independent reactions. During light phase, mostly the light energy is converted into biologically usable form of energy, that is chemical energy. How the light energy is converted into chemical energy? Through the photolysis of water. Photos means light. Lysis means breakage. Lysis of H2O in presence of light occurs. त्याला आपण photolysis म्हणतो. Of what? Photolysis means lysis in presence of photons. Of what? H2O. So photolysis of water is nothing but lysis of water, or splitting of H2O in presence of light into H positive and OH negative ions. त्याला किंवा into H2 and O2. It is called as photolysis of water. And during this photolysis of water, light energy is converted into chemical energy, which is stored in the form of ATP and NADPH. This is also called as assimilatory power. It is used during the dark reaction, where the CO2 is converted into carbohydrates, where ATP act as a energy source and NADPH2 act as a reducing for reduction of this CO2 into carbohydrates, which occur during dark phase. So these 2 phases are interdependent. First phase, that is light dependent phase, is energy harvesting, where the light is harvested, light energy or solar energy harvested into chemical energy. दुसरी फेज आहे, याला सिंथेटिक फेज म्हणायचं, कारण या फेज मध्ये केमिकल एनर्जी जी तयार होते या ठिकाणी इन द फॉर्म ऑफ एटीपी आणि NADPH2, त्याचा वापर करून CO2 चं रिडक्शन कार्बोहायड्रेट्स मध्ये केलं जातं. म्हणजे कार्बोहायड्रेट्स आर सिंथसाइज्ड, therefore this is a synthetic phase. During this photosynthesis, the main raw material used are CO2 and H2. The source of H2O is soil and different water reservoirs like rivers, oceans, etc. The source of CO2 is atmosphere and water reservoirs like ocean, streams, rivers, etc. It is said that 0.03% of carbon dioxide by volume is present in it. atmosphere. आता आपल्यासाठी 0.03 म्हणजे अत्यल्प प्रमाण आहे. But in percentage it is 2,200 billion tons. This much amount of CO2 is derived from atmosphere. And ocean is the reservoir of CO2 because 50 times more of this amount can be obtained from the ocean. Ocean is a great reservoir of carbon or CO2, which contains 50 times more amount of atmospheric CO2. म्हणजे 2.200 million tons च्या 50 पटीने जास्त इतका CO2 ओशन मध्ये डिझॉल्व कंडिशन मध्ये असतो. डिझॉल्व्ड इन वॉटर ऍज अ गॅस और कार्बोनेट. इतका मोठा CO2 अवेलेबल आहे लिव्हिंग वर्ल्ड मध्ये. इन द ऍटमॉस्फिअर 2,200 billion tons into 50 is in ocean. But only 70 billion tons of CO2 is converted into carbohydrate by green plants annually. एका वर्षात साधारणपणे 70 बिलियन टन्स कार्बन डायऑक्साइड CO2 मध्ये फिक्स होतो, म्हणजे CO2 मध्ये कन्वर्ट, सॉरी कार्बोहायड्रेट्स मध्ये कन्वर्ट होतो. 70 बिलियन टन्स ऑफ CO2 हा कार्बोहायड्रेट्स मध्ये वर्षाला कन्वर्ट होतो. So these figures are important. Let us switch to the next slide. This is a key organ, main organ where the photosynthesis occurs. It is a site of photosynthesis, chloroplast. These are the green plastids present in the cell. They are present abundantly in the cells of mesophyll. So they are located in abundance in the mesophyll tissue of leaf. Mesophyll is a main photosynthetic tissue of leaf. Leaf मधला main photosynthetic tissue जो आहे त्याला आपण mesophyll म्हणतो. आणि ह्या mesophyll मध्ये क्लोरोप्लास्ट फार मोठ्या प्रमाणात असतात, which are the green plastids or cell organelles present in this mesophyll cells. The CO2 reach up to this chloroplast via stomatas. स्टोमाटातून CO2 आत शिरतो आणि तो क्लोरोप्लास्ट मध्ये पोहोचतो. आणि पाणी हे व्हेन्स मधनं, लिफच्या व्हेन अँड व्हेनलेट्स जे नेटवर्क तयार करतात त्या व्हेन्स मधनं वॉटर इट रिचेस अप टू द क्लोरोप्लास्ट. The shape of the chloroplast is discoid or lens shape, means it is oval or circular in shape. It is protected, bounded by a double membrane called as unit membrane, which is made up of two layers, outer layer and inner layer, called as outer membrane and inner membrane respectively. So unit membrane, the outermost covering, that is unit membrane, consists of two layers, inner membrane and outer membrane. The space between two layers is called as intermembranous space. It is filled with a watery fluid. Inner to this unit membrane, there is presence of a thick proteinaceous granular material present, or matrix is present, that is called as stroma. त्याला आपण stroma असं म्हणतो, which is a proteinaceous matrix, granular proteinaceous matrix present inside the membrane. Within the stroma, number of stacked bodies are present, called as flattened sac-like structures are present, called as grana. Each grana consists of discoid structures which are piled one above the other, which are arranged one above the other, just like a stack of coin. नाण्यांची चळत कशी असते तशा पद्धतीने ते अरेंज असतात. They are arranged just like a stack of coin, one above the other. These members are called as thylakoids. So each granum is made up of number of thylakoids which are arranged one above the other, just like a stack of coin or stack of chapatis. जसे पोह्यांची चळत असते की नाही तसं, किंवा नाण्यांची चळत असते त्याप्रमाणे ते एकमेकावर अरेंज होऊन एक ग्रॅनम तयार होतो. The granum has also its own membrane within which the different chlorophyll pigments are located. So in the lipid membrane of the thylakoid, different chlorophyll pigments are present, which are fat soluble. Now, with the help of different enzymes, all these chlorophyll pigments present in the, first of all, we'll see that what is the role of this pigment. These pigments which are located in these thylakoids of the granum, indirectly they are present in the granum. So all this chlorophyll pigment, they absorb the solar energy and convert it into chemical energy. Means the whole light phase is completed in the grana. So what happens with the help of some enzymes? The light energy is converted, or solar energy is converted into chemical energy, which is stored in the form of ATP and NADPH. And this is also called as assimilatory power, ATP and NADPH2. And this assimilatory power, or ATP and NADPH2, is used during the dark reaction for the conversion of CO2 into carbohydrates. And this conversion of CO2 into carbohydrates occurs in the stroma of chloroplast. Why? Because all the necessary enzyme, electron carriers, they are present in the stroma. Therefore, dark phase, that is conversion of CO2 into carbohydrates using ATP and NADPH2, occurs in the stroma. So dark phase is completed in stroma, light phase is completed in the granum of chloroplast. So besides granum, these granules, they are interconnected by means of these white tubular structures. You can see here this white tubular structure called as intergranular lamellae or stroma lamellae. Besides grana, stroma, and intergranular lamellae, there is also presence of chloroplast DNA, ribosomes, then the starch granule, plastoglobules, etc. are present within the chloroplast. Now, if you want to attempt a 2-mark question or a 4-mark question or a 3-mark question as per the marking scheme regarding that, write the ultrastructure of chloroplast. You cannot draw this diagram. The diagram you can draw like this, a simple diagram with first layer, first discoid or oval shape, the outer limiting membrane called as the outer membrane, inner layer called as inner membrane. This together forms the unit membrane. The space in between is called as intermembranous space. It is filled with a watery fluid. Inner to the unit membrane, there is presence of thick granular proteinaceous matrix. This granular proteinaceous matrix is called as stroma. Within the stroma, number of stacked bodies are present called as grana. Each granum consists of number of thylakoids, which are arranged one above the other. Each thylakoid is discoid and has its own membrane, within which different chlorophyll pigments are located. The light phase of granum, the light phase of photosynthesis is completed in the grana. The two grana are connected by means of tubular structure called as stroma lamellae. Okay. The stroma also contains DNA, ribosomes, starch granules, lipid droplets, ribosomes, etc. The dark reaction of photosynthesis occurs in the stroma because all the necessary enzymes, electron carriers are present. Enzymes, coenzyme, electron carriers are present in the stroma. Therefore, dark reaction of photosynthesis is completed in stroma. What is the dark reaction? Where CO2 is converted into carbohydrates. This is about the description of structure of chloroplast. We have repeated once again. Now let us switch to the next part, that is the photosynthetic pigment. The different chlorophyll pigments, we have already seen that they are chlorophylls, that is chlorophyll A, chlorophyll B, and carotenoids like xanthophyll and carotene. These are the major carotenoids. Phyophytin हा carotenoid साधारणपणे ब्लू ग्रीन अल्गीज मध्ये दिसतो, which is not very common, restricted आहे, पण एक इन्फॉर्मेशनचा भाग म्हणून आपण इथे टाकलाय. So major pigments are photosynthetic pigments are chlorophyll A, chlorophyll B, carotene, and xanthophyll. The chlorophylls are chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B. They absorb blue and red light most. The chlorophyll A appears blue-green in color. Chlorophyll B appears yellow-green in color. आता या ठिकाणी कलर्स लक्षात ठेवताना ए आणि बी हे दोन्ही क्लोरोफिल्स आहेत, ते ग्रीन कलरचे आहेत, पण कोणता ब्लू ग्रीन आणि कोणता येलो ग्रीन या ठिकाणी आपल्याला थोडा प्रॉब्लेम येतो. आता येलो ग्रीन कोणता, तर ब्लू ग्रीन नाही असं लक्षात ठेवायचं. ब्लू इज नॉट ब्लू ग्रीन, मीन्स हाऊ इट इज येलो ग्रीन, अँड ऑन द कॉन्ट्ररी ए इज ब्लू ग्रीन. So B is not blue green, it is yellow green, and therefore A is blue green. Okay, in this way you can keep into mind the colors. This information is additional information not given in your textbook, but it is must for your need. What is the molecular formula of chlorophyll A, chlorophyll B, carotene, and xanthophyll? What is its molecular weight? नाउ मॉलिक्युलर फॉर्म्युला दोघांचाही लक्षात ठेवायचा, आणि हा एमसीक्यू मध्ये विचारला जातो. 4-5 इंटरमिंगल्ड फॉर्म्युले दिले असतात. आयडेंटिफाय द करेक्ट फॉर्म्युला ऑफ क्लोरोफिल बी. 4 फॉर्म्युले दिलेले असतात थोड्याफार फरकाने. याच कंपोजिशन मध्ये CHONMG असे, आणि विचारलेलं असतं आयडेंटिफाय द करेक्ट फॉर्म्युला ऑफ क्लोरोफिल ए. आता प्रश्न येतो की 55, 72, 5, 4 mg, 55, 70, 6, 4 mg. आता हे नंबर ऑफ ऍटम्स कसे लक्षात ठेवायचे? हाऊ टू कीप इन माइंड द नंबर ऑफ ऍटम्स ऑफ ईच इन क्लोरोफिल. एक लक्षात घ्या की यांचं कंपोजिशन सेम आहे. कार्बन, हायड्रोजन, ऑक्सिजन, एन आणि एमजी हे एलिमेंट्स या ठिकाणी आहेत. इथे पण कार्बन, हायड्रोजन, ऑक्सिजन, नायट्रोजन आणि एमजी. फक्त यांचा नंबर ऑफ ऍटम्स वेगवेगळे आहे दोघांमध्ये. मग आता हे कसे लक्षात ठेवायचे? तर एक ट्रिक मी साधारणपणे मुलांना सांगते की तुम्ही लक्षात ठेवताना थोडं रिदमिकली लक्षात ठेवा. 55, 55, 70, 72, 5, 6, 4, 4 mg. 1 55, 55, 70, 72, 4, 5, 6, 4, 4 mg. म्हणजे पहिल्यांदा CHONMG लिहून घ्यायचं. दोनदा CHO, तिसरा कंपोनंट, आणि नंतर काय आहे चौथा कंपोनंट N, आणि नंतर आहे Mg. हे 4 लिहून घेतले आपण. हे बेसिक कंपोजिशन आहे असं. आता काय लक्षात ठेवायचे आपल्याला याचे आयटम्स, किती आयटम्स आहेत. तर हेच समजा खाली लिहिलंय, हाच इथे लिहिला, हाच इथे लिहिला, असं आता मी लिहित बसत नाही. मग आता कसं ठेवायचं लक्षात? 55, 55 म्हणजे हा इथून सेम अमाऊंट 55, 55 असं खाली यायचं, किंवा आपण इथे कलर चेंज करू. पॉइंटरचा रंग, पेनचा कलर चेंज करता येईल आपल्याला. ऑप्शन्स, ओके, पेनचा कलर आपण थोडासा चेंज करू. वी विल यूज दिस वन. नाउ इथून सुरू केला, इथून 55, हा 55 आला, 55, 55 इथे आलो, 55, 55, मग खाली जायचं 70, मग वर जायचं 72, नंतर मग खाली यायचं पुन्हा 5, 6, 4, 4, 1 आणि 1. अशा पद्धतीने आपण लिहित राहायचं. पहिल्यांदा पहिल्या रो मध्ये आपण हे लिहिणार आहेत पूर्ण, आणि दुसरी रो पुन्हा CHOMG ची लिहिणार आहे. आणि मग याच्यानंतर मग यांचे नंबर ऑफ ऍटम्स लिहित आणणार. 55, 55, 70, 72, 5, 6, 4, 4 mg. या पद्धतीने तुम्ही लिहिणार. कसं येणार? 55, 55, 70, 72 खालून वर जायचं, मग वरून खाली पुन्हा 5, 6, पुन्हा खालून वर 4, 4 mg. अशा पद्धतीने तुम्ही ते लक्षात ठेवलं तर ते लक्षात राहतं. कारण मी तरी तशाच पद्धतीने याचे ऍटम्स लक्षात ठेवते. हाऊ आय यूज टू कीप इन माइंड? 55, 55, 70, 72, 5, 6, 4, 4 mg. हा सिक्वेन्स लक्षात ठेवायचा. 55, 55, 70, 72, 55, 55, 70, 72, 5, वरून खाली नाही द्यायचा, खाली आलं की खालून वर, वरून पुन्हा खाली, खालून वर, वरून खाली, हा सिक्वेन्स ठेवायचा. 55, 55, 70, 72, 5, 6, 4, 4 mg. अशा पद्धतीने जर तुम्ही हे लक्षात ठेवायचा प्रयत्न केला तर तुम्हाला हे लक्षात इझिली राहतं. आणि ह्या पद्धतीने तुम्ही लक्षात ठेवल्याशिवाय तुम्हाला हा फॉर्म्युला नाहीतर पाठ करावा लागेल. पाठ करणं इट इज नॉट अ इझी टास्क. सो यू कीप इन टू माइंड and this is a clue I have given. I hope it will be beneficial for you. Now मॉलिक्युलर फॉर्म्युला झाल्यानंतर मग आता आपण बघतो की मॉलिक्युलर वेट इथे 893 डाल्टन, इथे 907 डाल्टन. And what is the difference between the structural formula? Both of them they show kite structure. जसं पतंगे सारखं याचं स्ट्रक्चरल फॉर्म्युला बघितला तसं ते दिसतं. आणि डिफरन्स इज दॅट सेम स्ट्रक्चर असतं, फक्त क्लोरोफिल ए मध्ये CH3 असतो म्हणजे मिथिल ग्रुप असतो आणि क्लोरोफिल बी मध्ये साधारणपणे अल्डिहाइड ग्रुप असतो CH. दिस इज द डिफरन्स बिटवीन the xanthophyll and carotene are the two carotenoids. The xanthophyll is called as oxygenated carotene because the formula of carotene is C40H56 and याला O2 attach केला की formula तयार होतो xanthophyllचा. So xanthophyll is also called as oxygenated carotene and you can keep in mind easily. या ठिकाणी मात्र 4 कंपाऊंड नाही, फक्त 2च कंपाऊंड C आणि H 4056. या ठिकाणी एक त्याचा ऑक्सिजनेशन झालं 4056 O2. ओके. मॉलिक्युलर वेट 468.9 means 469 and 536 is the molecular weight. And lutein is the popular xanthophyll seen in case of plants. So this is about the pigments. Now we'll see the structure of chlorophyll. जसं मी सांगितलं की it is a kite shape structure of chlorophyll pigment. Now we'll see the structure of chlorophyll pigment. It consists of porphyrin head and hydrocarbon or a phytol tail, which is made up of hydrocarbon. Now this is a head and this is a tail, which is made up of hydrocarbon. It is the hydrocarbon chain is called as phytol tail of the chlorophyll pigment, and this is a porphyrin head, which is made up of pyrrole ring, where the Mg is in the center, single Mg in the center, and this N4. दोन्ही मध्ये 4च आकडा आहे, दोन्ही मध्ये एकच आकडा आहे. कशाचा? क्लोरोफिल ए आणि क्लोरोफिल बी मध्ये. फक्त CHO च्या ज्या व्हॅल्यूज आहेत त्या वेगळ्या आहेत. 55, 55, 70, 72, 5, 6. 55 दोन्हीकडे. मग क्लोरोफिल ए मध्ये 72, 70 नंतर 72 येतो, 72. O 5, N4, Mg 1. अशा पद्धतीने मिस्टेकलेसली तुम्हाला without committing any mistake you can write the formula of chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B. Okay. So this is a kite structure of chlorophyll A, and difference between the structure of chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B is that in chlorophyll A here there is CH3 and chlorophyll B here there is CHO group. Otherwise the formula is same. The photosynthetic pigments, that is all photosynthetic pigments of the plant, they absorb the light between a red blue region of the spectrum, both chlorophyll pigment, chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B. While carotenoids, they are also found in higher plant and absorb violet and blue light from the visible spectrum of light. They do not only absorb this light. आता क्लोरोफिल ए आणि क्लोरोफिल बी आपण म्हटलं की ब्लू आणि रेड लाईट मॅक्सिमम ऍब्सॉर्ब करतात. कॅरोटीन आणि झॅन्थोफिल व्हायलेट आणि ब्लू ग्रीन ब्लू लाईट ऍब्सॉर्ब करतात. मग फक्त लाईट ऍब्सॉर्ब करणं एवढंच काम आहे का यांचं? नो. These pigments, out of these 4 pigments, chlorophyll B, carotene, and xanthophyll are called as accessory pigment, and chlorophyll A is called as essential pigment. So all these accessory pigment, they absorb light. सगळेच absorb करतात, पण accessory pigment absorb करून whole light is funneled to chlorophyll A. सगळं light energy जे absorb करतात accessory pigment, they funnel it to chlorophyll A. Chlorophyll A कडे ट्रान्सफर करतात ते. And chlorophyll A कडेच का ट्रान्सफर करायचं? Because it is the chlorophyll A which can convert the solar energy into chemical energy. फक्त chlorophyll A मध्येच ही कॅपॅसिटी असते की तो सोलार एनर्जीचं कन्व्हर्शन केमिकल एनर्जी मध्ये करू शकतो. आणि म्हणून सगळे एसेसरी पिगमेंट आणि स्वतः क्लोरोफिल ए पण सगळी एनर्जी स्वतःकडे साठवतात. क्लोरोफिल ए कडे फनेल करतात किंवा ट्रान्सफर करतात. And chlorophyll A then convert it into solar chemical energy. And second function of this all pigments is that these accessory pigment protect the chlorophyll from photooxidation. क्लोरोफिल एचं फोटोऑक्सिडेशन करणं पासून त्यांना थांबवणं किंवा प्रोटेक्ट करणं हे पण काम क्लोरोफिल पिगमेंट्सचं आहे. सो दिस इज अबाउट द रोल ऑफ क्लोरोफिल पिगमेंट, की काय करतं क्लोरोफिल पिगमेंट. नेक्स्ट इज द नेचर ऑफ लाईट. दुसरा एसेन्शियल कंपोनेंट लाईट आहे की ज्याच्याशिवाय फोटोसिंथेसिस होऊ शकत नाही. सो व्हॉट इज द नेचर ऑफ लाईट? यू हॅव स्टडीड लाईट इन फिजिक्स. सो दॅट लाईट इज अ सोर्स ऑफ एनर्जी. आणि इज लाईटच्या दोन कॉर्पस्क्युलर थिअरी आणखी कुठली आहे? दोन थिअरीज आहेत वाटतं. त्यातली एक थिअरी तुमची फिजिक्सची असं सांगते की लाईट इज नथिंग बट अ स्ट्रीम ऑफ टायनी पार्टिकल्स कॉल्ड एज फोटॉन. So you know it well since you have studied light in physics. So light travels in the form of very tiny particles called as photons, and this photon contain the quantum of energy. The light has different wavelength and different color radiation in its electromagnetic spectrum. In the electromagnetic spectrum, it shows the wavelength from 390 nm to 730 nm. This 390 to 730. साधारणपणे इथपर्यंत 730 हा 760 पर्यंत दाखवलेला आहे. जिथपर्यंत इथे अल्ट्राव्हायोलेट इन्फ्रारेड रेज येतात आणि इथे अल्ट्राव्हायोलेट रेज सुरुवातीला 300 nm ला किंवा 340 nm ला 360 nm ला अल्ट्राव्हायोलेट रेज तुम्हाला दिसतील. And different color radiations are seen. तुम्हाला माहिती आहे सप्तरंग जे साधारणपणे कशामध्ये बघता तुम्ही? 7 रंग VIBGYOR. These are the 7 colors seen in the electromagnetic spectrum of light, visible spectrum of light, where V stands for violet, I for indigo, B for blue, G for greens, Y for yellow, O for orange, and R for red. आणि हे 7 रंग इंद्रधनुष्यामध्ये जे दिसतात हे 7 रंग तुम्ही तानापी ही अनिजा तर ते आपल्याला कसे लक्षात ठेवायचे? VIBGYOR, विबगॉयर या शब्दाने लक्षात ठेवतो तुम्ही. विबगॉयर, VIBGYOR, विबगॉयर, where V stand for violet, I for indigo, B for blue, G for green, yellow, orange, and red. So it contains the wavelength, visible spectrum contains the wavelength 392 to 730 nm. काही पुस्तकांत 760 nm पण दिलेला आहे. And different color radiations starting between the ultraviolet rays to infrared rays. So this is the qualitative and quantitative nature of light. Now this light is absorbed by different chlorophyll pigments, as we have seen as chlorophyll A, chlorophyll B, carotene, and xanthophyll. And chlorophyll A absorbs the light between the wavelength 400 to 450 nm and 650 to 700 nm. आता 650 to 700 nm मध्ये लाईट रेज, रेड कलर लाईट रेज साधारणपणे असतात आणि 400 टू 450 मध्ये ब्लू कलर लाईट रेज असतात. या रेंजमध्ये क्लोरोफिल बी पण ऍब्सॉर्ब करतो. 450 टू 500 nm इथे ब्लू कलर लाईट असतो आणि 600 टू 650 nm साधारणपणे रेड रेज असतात. सो दिस क्लोरोफिल ए अँड क्लोरोफिल बी बोथ ऑफ देम दे absorb blue and red light most. There the rate of absorption of blue and red color light is high by chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B at this wavelength. While xanthophyll and carotene, they absorb the light at 400 to 530 nm, which is a violet color light or yellow green color light. Violet or yellow green color light is absorbed most by xanthophyll pigment from the wavelength 400 to 530 nm. But the green or yellow color light is not absorbed by any of the pigment because this green radiations, they are reflected from the surface, leaf surface or plant surface. And therefore, plants appear green and we can see the greenery. We can see the nature green. Here lies the answer why leaves are green in color. because the green light is reflected from the surface and it is not absorbed at all. Now, the absorption spectrum and action spectrum. First of all, we'll see the absorption spectrum. In the absorption spectrum is a graph plotted between wavelength of light and amount of light absorbed. It is a curve obtained in a graph which is plotted between wavelength of light and the amount of light absorbed. या y x axis वर काय wavelength of light, y वर axis वर काय amount of light absorbed, and the graph is plotted and the curve which is obtained is called as absorption spectrum. त्याला म्हणतो absorption spectrum. So you can define absorption spectrum as the curve which show the amount of light absorbed at each wavelength is termed as a absorption spectrum. It is shown in the graph over here. All the pigments of chloroplast, as we have seen, different pigments, they absorb the light, photon of light, and transfer it to chlorophyll. And ते किती amount of light absorb करतात ते ह्या पीकनी आपल्याला इथे सांगा. इथे हा पीक आहे क्लोरोफिल ए चा पीक आहे, हा क्लोरोफिल बी चा पीक आहे at the most. आता हा पीक जर तुम्ही इथे कोइन्साइड केला तर हा लाईट कुठला आहे, ब्लू लाईट. Here also blue light. So chlorophyll A and B show high rate of absorption of blue light. Carotenoids yellow color चे हे carotenoids आहे. Carotenoids हा पूर्णपणे blue color आहे. They absorb blue color. और yellow green color, blue आणि yellow green color ते absorb करतात. आणि हा पुन्हा chlorophyll A, chlorophyll B, this is chlorophyll B, this is chlorophyll A, absorbing a red light at 650 to 700 nm here range. So this can be easily reflected in, you can see here in the diagram or in the graph, that chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B, they absorb blue and red light. Ithe blue and ithe red light they absorb. While carotenoids, they absorb only blue or yellow green light from the visible spectrum. Thus, the relative rate of photosynthesis at different wavelength indicates the close relationship between the absorption of chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B. Chlorophyll B, A आणि B ला absorption जो आहे त्याचा आणि rate of photosynthesis चा फार जवळचा संबंध असतो. Why? Because higher higher rate of absorption is there shown by chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B of red and blue light. And since the rate of absorption is more, the rate of reaction will also be more. And next is the action spectrum. In action spectrum, once again, how you can define action spectrum? It is a curve. This is a curve obtained by plotting a graph between wavelength of light and the rate of reaction. Rate of reaction and rate of photosynthesis and wavelength of rate of photosynthesis and the wavelength of light. So curve that shows the rate of photosynthesis at a different wavelength is called as action spectrum. You can clearly see here that there is high rate of reaction where there is high absorption of light. Blue light absorption फार जास्त इथे होतं आणि इथे rate of reaction आहे. नंतर red light absorption फार जास्त होतं, तिथे पण rate of photosynthesis आहे. पण ज्या ठिकाणी हा रेंज जो आहे साधारणपणे 560 or 550 nm, इथे ग्रीन लाईटचं ऍब्सॉर्प्शन लिस्ट ऍब्सॉर्प्शन होतं आणि मग रेट ऑफ फोटोसिंथेसिस पूर्णपणे डाऊन झालेला आपल्याला इथे दिसतो. नाउ यू कॅन सी ओव्हर हियर हायेस्ट ऍब्सॉर्प्शन of red light and therefore the rate of photosynthesis is high. Next higher absorption is of blue light where the rate of photosynthesis is high, and least absorption is of green light where the rate of photosynthesis is very low, and because it is reflected from the surface. So light energy is absorbed by the other pigment, that is yellow, orange carotenoids, and other chlorophyll pigment is transferred to the chlorophyll A. Rate of photosynthesis इथे जरी chlorophyll A स्वतः कमी लाईट एनर्जी ऍब्सॉर्ब करत असला तरी त्यांच्या रेट ऑफ फोटोसिंथेसिस जास्त दाखवतो, किंवा त्याच्याकडे सोलार एनर्जी जास्त ट्रॅप झालेली दिसते. व्हाय? बिकॉज ऑल द क्लोरोफिल पिगमेंट देअर ऍब्सॉर्ब एनर्जी इज funneled to chlorophyll A. Okay, and that's why the chlorophyll A peak is high, and we get the rate of photosynthesis more over here under blue light and at the red light. Action spectrum of photosynthesis differ from the absorption spectrum. आता हे दोन्ही स्पेक्ट्रम डिफरंट आहेत, एकमेकांपासून वेगळे आहेत. का वेगळे आहेत? Why they differ from each other? Why action spectrum and absorption spectrum are different? एक तर सगळ्यात पहिल्यांदा त्यांचा ग्राफ डिफरंट आहे. का ग्राफ डिफरंट आहे? बिकॉज द रेट ऑफ फोटोसिंथेसिस इज हायर, डिफरंट ऍट द डिफरंट वेवलेंथ. वेगवेगळ्या वेवलेंथला, या वेवलेंथला लाईट rate of photosynthesis वेगळा, या वेवलेंथला वेगळा, या वेवलेंथला. So rate of photosynthesis is different at different wavelengths. But the rate of absorption is also different at different wavelengths. Now this graph represent the rate of photosynthesis at different wavelengths, while this graph represent the amount of solar energy absorbed at different wavelengths. या ठिकाणी सोलर एनर्जी किती अब्सॉर्ब झाली हे रिप्रेझेंट करतो ग्राफ. या ठिकाणी रेट ऑफ फोटोसिंथेसिस विशिष्ट वेवलेंथला किती आहे हे रिप्रेझेंट करतो. And this graph indicate that there is maximum photosynthesis occur in blue and red light. This indicates that the maximum absorption of blue and red light occurs by chlorophyll A and B, while carotenoids absorb violet and blue light most. So this is a difference between. जर तुम्हाला वर्डिंग डिफरन्स लिहायचं कारण याच्या तुमच्या पुस्तकामध्ये पण विचारलंय, व्हॉट इज द डिफरन्स बिटवीन ऍब्सॉर्प्शन स्पेक्ट्रम अँड action spectrum. What is the difference? One is its definition. What is a spectrum and what is action spectrum and what is absorption spectrum? What is absorption spectrum? It indicates the wavelength of light absorbed by each pigment at a particular wavelength. Action spectrum represent the overall rate of photosynthesis at each wavelength. Action spectrum is a graphical representation of amount of light absorbed at different wavelength by different pigment, and it is a graphical representation of rate of photosynthesis at different wavelength of light. It can be studied directly, but here for studying the rate of photosynthesis in the action spectrum, you have to study what amount of O2 evolved or amount of CO2 used. Photosynthesis rate तुम्हाला कसा कळेल? तर फोटोसिंथेसिसच्या दरम्यान किती O2 बबल्स बाहेर पडले किंवा किती O2 इव्हॉल्व झाला किंवा किती CO2 वापरला यावरून रेट ऑफ फोटोसिंथेसिस कळतो. डायरेक्टली तुम्हाला रेट ऑफ फोटोसिंथेसिस कळू शकत नाही. सो टू स्टडी द ऍक्शन स्पेक्ट्रम यू हॅव टू फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल स्टडी द O2 इव्हॉल्व और CO2 absorbed. But here absorption spectrum can be studied directly. Absorption spectrum requires exposure of full sunlight, and if it is full exposure to the sunlight is given, then different wavelength of different colors of light and different wavelength of light, light of different wavelength and different color is absorbed. But here it needs light utilization at various wavelength. विशिष्ट वेवलेंथला लाईट कोणता युटिलाइज झाला आणि किती प्रमाणात, म्हणजे रेड लाईट विशिष्ट वेवलेंथला ऍब्सॉर्ब केला जातो. 600 to 560 to 700 nm ला रेड लाईट ऍब्सॉर्ब केला जातो, किंवा 400 to 500 nm च्या रेंज मध्ये साधारणपणे ब्लू लाईट ऍब्सॉर्ब केला जातो. तर कुठल्या वेवलेंथला कुठला लाईट ऍब्सॉर्ब केला जातो हे प्रामुख्याने ऍक्शन स्पेक्ट्रम मध्ये लक्षात घ्यायला लागतं. इथे ऍज अ होल द exposure of light is given, and it is calculated that how much light is absorbed. Okay, this is about the difference between action spectrum and absorption spectrum. I think here we should stop. Thank you very much.